Welcome to another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Paperboy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
Mr. Magazine,
Yep.
you used to collect, you may still do so, but you used to collect sports cards and all that, right?
I used to, yes.
And you would have like checklists and all that stuff, right?
Yep.
And you'd walk around the card show or go to wherever you were picking the stuff up and pull your paper checklist out and check through it and see what numbers you needed and check them. Hopefully you had a pen or a pencil so you could check them off so you don't buy that card again at the show.
Exactly.
Oh, those were the good old days, weren't they?
For sure.
Weren't they?
Yeah.
Well, you know what they do now, right, Mr. Magazine?
I'm assuming there's apps on your phone.
Yeah, there's online, there's all that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of different places, you can fill in what you have, and some of them will even calculate the value for you and all that kind of thing so you can keep track of it.
Okay.
So I'm working on whatever 1972 top set, and I get another card and I fill in the condition in it, and it says, oh, this is a $8 card, this is a $23 card, and it keeps tabs, and you can end up seeing what your entire collection's worth and everything, which is actually a really, really good idea. Mm-hmm. If you're investing, I'm sure some of them probably have a way you can keep track of what you paid on it as well, so you can see how your portfolio is doing. But the other thing, too, is for insurance purposes. It's a lot easier to check all those boxes off and say, yeah, I've got all of these, and, present it to your insurance company as to what you have if you do get insurance on it.
Yeah.
I've not used eBay's, but I do know that they're going, if they don't already have it, they're going to go in that direction. And I want to bring them up only because I'm familiar with how eBay works in general. I'm sure a lot of the other sites work similarly as far as, you sign up, your name is on file, probably an address, all that kind of stuff's on file. I have a question for you, Mr. Magazine.
Okay.
Do you see a potential problem with that?
With eBay doing this?
eBay, anybody, any checklist, if they've got your information.
Well, let me think here. Well, it's not good that they have our information, number one. They could sell it to someone, no? Right?
Well, that part too, which I'm sure they are. But then again, some of the checklists are free, so nothing's free. So you're, as they say, if you can't figure out what the product is, you're the product. So you're signing up for it, and where are they making money? Well, they're making money selling your name. Right. That's just what it is. Well, here was the thought that I had, Mr. Magazine.
All right.
And we're just going to use eBay as an example. I have no idea what they offer on the checklist, but a site like that or any other site, they've got your name, they've got your address. What happens if an employee has access to your checklist?
He could alter it, mess with you?
Well,
disgruntled employee?
I'm looking at it a different way.
All right.
He starts going through people's checklists, and he goes, oh, this Mr. Magazine has a $350,000 collection. And I know his address.
Mm-hmm. True.
So it got me thinking, how secure are those checklists, and what can end up happening with those if some employee, again, any site you want to name.
So you're saying if you have your eBay account, we sell on eBay, buy on eBay, we log in. So if my employees are using that to list off of, they would have access to that information.
No, I'm saying an eBay employee.
Oh, an eBay employee. Okay.
I'm saying an eBay employee.
Okay.
Yeah.
True.
Or checklist.com or I don't know, Backit.com, any of those.
Sure.
Yeah, one of those employees happens to have
gotcha.
your name and address, and has some way or other to access your checklist. And a lot of times these people will sit there and brag about their checklists as well.
Yeah.
You got the PSA registry set and all that. Well, what if I'm using the PSA registry set and I'm also keeping track of it on one of these third-party apps? And they're able to figure it out and go, wait a minute, this is all the same cards that were on this other, this is the third highest registry, set, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And then they know your name and address.
Luckily for you, they would use it as a comedy act, like an opening, like, this guy's had all PSA 1s.
That, or maybe in trying to find the three treasures in this entire house, maybe they'd help me clean up the stuff that's not treasures. Because
Exactly.
I come home and I'm like, oh, you found that, thank you, I've been looking for that. I do appreciate that.
It's a male rookie.
But no, that was kind of what I was wondering about that, because I see more and more people doing it, and I do see the plus side, and I do see how wonderful that is.
Yeah.
And especially if the checklist is tied into some kind of a price guide. Because here I am, I'm shopping at your thing. Oh, let me see if I need that card or not. And I bring up my thing. And meanwhile, I'm checking up the prices on other cards too from the same set. Going, oh, he's way underpriced on these two cards. Let me buy these. Yeah, I need these two. Because how's the dealer going to know if I need those or not?
Sure.
So it kind of, people are not shy about looking on their phones, looking prices up.
Yeah.
But the other side of that is if you see a guy standing there looking everything up and he comes up and wants to buy 4 items and he's been there for 4 hours, those are the 4 good items, and you're not going to give them to him for $1 a piece at that point. You're like, oh, thank you for pulling all the good stuff out for me.
Exactly.
Whereas if you are doing it under the guise of using a checklist,
right.
Well, let me see if I need that. What set is that? Oh, let me find that set in here. They may not think so much that, he's checking prices on stuff. But yeah, it was.
So your hard copy and the little binder is still the safest way?
I would say so, yeah. Yep. The other reason why is because if I lose my hard binder, you've seen my writing. They're not going to know what cards. They're not going to know what cards I have or don't have.
This is ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics on mead paper. Wow.
We tried the AI trying to decipher it and it blew up. I don't understand it. No, but so it's just kind of food for thought out there. Any of those checklist sites, I mean, it's great on the one hand that they offer those, and I do wish they had those in the old days. Because again, I do have the little mead paper and all that. I really, truly do. But the other side of that is how secure is it really? What if there's some kind of a breach and somebody's able to place your name together with it? And then all of a sudden, they're casing your house.
Well, they get hacked and they have everyone's information, not just yours.
Right.
Thousands of people with $1 million collections, it could be.
Right,
amazing.
Yep. And then, they just kind of case the house and wait till, most people have patterns. They just do. They leave for work at this time. Their kids come home at this time. So you watch somebody's house for a week or so, and you've pretty much got the pattern. You know when somebody's home. You know when somebody's not home.
Right. Well, I mean, hopefully, if you have a collection worth, $500,000, $1 million, you'd have an alarm system like someone smart, or you'd have them locked up in the safe in your house, so it's not so easy to access. I mean, who wants a house with no alarm system? They can break in, run upstairs, and, oh, look at this room, it's not even locked. Oh my God, treasures. That's foolish.
Unless you have insurance.
True. Then why are we talking about this?
I just kind of wondering what your thoughts are about that. Maybe, is Papergoy being a little bit paranoid here? Or is this truly a something or other that you just need to keep in the back of your mind when you use these third-party services?
Like Jim Carrey said in Dumb and Dumber. So you're saying there's a chance.
Indeed. Hit the like button if you could, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.